where I have my sheet. But thank you, ma'am, for sharing that lovely video. I think it touched us all. And indeed, I did have tears in my eyes. So here's a quote that I just recently came across. You don't have to be great to start something, but you have to start to be great. That's exactly what I realized when I decided to plunge into my whole wedding planning and fashion business. So fashion to me has always been more of an obsession than just something that we follow. Even during my childhood days, my aunt owns a boutique here, a very popular one in Chennai. So my summers were spent helping her rather than all the summer camps that we go to, that we are forced to go to rather. And post my school, like any good girl, I went on to pursue my engineering. But still, yeah. And what I was looking for was probably a good amount of work experience before I went on to do my postgrad. And that's when my aunt offered me a job, a temporary job, of course, till I got the job that I wanted. Initially, because I didn't have any kind of professional degree in fashion, I was made to do all the clerical work, manage the account, make sure that the workers come on time, ask them why they're late, make sure that they don't come drunk to work. So it was crazy. But then just observing how the workers tailor magic, embroider sheer beauty, that got me into it. So within a short span of time, I started designing as well. So yes, my engineering goals, yeah, was just a dream, and my mother still regrets it to date. So working at this boutique was far from being easy. The late hours, demanding clients, and worst of all, the labor. They're just terrible. Though it was very stressful, I enjoyed every bit of it. And that's when every day I used to see many brides coming and complaining because they'd have last minute errands to do by themselves. They won't have anybody because everybody else will be with mehndi in their hands. So I decided, why not start something for these brides so that you can take the tension off them. And also the thought just kept coming and going, and that's when I realized, okay, so I have wedding planning in mind, but what about fashion? That's my passion after all. So I thought, okay, since everybody loves to shop, and since I'm a shopaholic, why not introduce a personal styling experience and personal shopping experience? So you go with them right from sari shopping to just name it, I'll do it. So nothing seemed to materialize because obviously I was still working hard at work. And I recently got married. So that's when the whole concept actually materialized. So we're all on a budget for the wedding, of course. And being a dreamer, I've always dreamed of this big fat Indian wedding. But yeah, I realized I was on a budget. My mother said, don't do this, don't do that. But so I went, dug deeper, did my own research, found people who would, click with my ideas, but still give me the best and not rip me off. So after seeing a nice, lavish wedding, my family decided to encourage me to start this venture. So I was just pondering, thinking about it. And when it comes to weddings, the number of services one can provide is just enormous. And since there are already many people in the market, I wanted to create my own niche. So the first thing that probably will strike your mind when you're getting married is, oh my God, I need to lose weight. Whether you're fat or thin or extremely beautiful, the first thing that gets your mind is, oh my God, I can't wear this blouse. I can't wear this anarkali. I'm going to look too fat in it. So I thought, why not introduce fitness as a service itself? Have packages, a 3-month, a crash course, whatever. Just why not introduce that? Also, we love to pamper ourselves once in a while. And when it comes to weddings, I was just in the salon all the time, getting myself pampered. So yes, beauty did come as one of the services that I wanted to offer. And after all, if you're getting into wedding planning, what is a wedding without decoration? So I dreamt and in my mind I could see huge mandapams, I could see, the lovely aisle with flowers, and I could picture it all. Apart from that, yes, my forte shopping for brides. That gave me immense happiness, just thinking about it, not doing it yet. But yeah, so I was like, okay, I can go sari shopping, I can match blouses, I can just do anything under the sun with clothes. So yes, apart from that, the regular wedding planning things like photography and makeup and hairstyle. What's your clothes without makeup and hairstyle? You need to look perfect. And yeah, of course, the invitation and the return gifts. So yes, in my planner, okay, before I had met anybody, I'd gotten myself a planner, started jotting down everything. And in my planner, I started to question myself. Okay, so now that I have these ideas, how do I even begin? Who do I go to? What will I even say to any kind of service providers to believe in me? So before that, I had to get things sorted. I had to get my company name, my logo, and boy, I was clueless. I was Googling for nights. Thank God for Google. And in the end, I came up with Advik Solutions. Advik in Sanskrit means unique, and that's what I wanted to be. So since that's just my parent company, I still had a wedding planning service and a styling service to name. I coined the term Vida Weddings. And Vida again in Sanskrit means life. And after all, marriage is the beginning of a new life. I couldn't get my name for the styling service. The only thing that kept coming was So Diva, as in Divalicious or whatever. But I just decided to keep it temporarily. But in the end, I was very happy when I saw, you have that Truecaller app on your phone, right? So somebody had already stored my name as Diva Stylist. And yeah, I hadn't started yet, but still, I felt really happy. So the name, call me a sentimental fool or whatever, but yeah, the name just stuck on. And of course, you need your website, your logos and everything. And for my website, I had to do a photo shoot for my styling website, so that, it's complete. And what a terrible mistake, my God. You're already broke spending on your business, and then you have to spend for another shoot. Wow. So here, though the pictures were pretty well, I did have some sulky models and threatening models, but then apart, it did come out well, my website. So the card and the logo designer was known to me. He was a good friend. And that's when the saying, never mix friendship with business, held true. You can see by the way I'm talking, I look very jittery, paranoid, or whatever. And that guy is one lazy one. So after millions of phone calls, he would return one call and say, yeah, Shruti, I'm working on it. So after months and months of pestering, he finally gave it to me, though it was worth the wait. Yeah. So now, I had all these things set. So why would an established service provider tie up with a person who's just testing waters? And many of these people were already tied up with the big guns in the market. So when I approached these banquet halls, some just said no. At least that was decent of them because they knew what they wanted. Some gave me an appointment thinking I was a bride planning the wedding. And so when I go and stand up there with my business card, they were very reluctant, yeah. And some just led me on saying, yes, we'll see, don't worry, we'll call you back. And I still haven't received any call. So also there were a few companies that were planning to get into the wedding market. Then again, it failed. Yes, this initial dejection was indeed a setback. So after huge encouragement from my family and lots of tubs of ice cream and chocolates, I did get back on my feet. So there were a few service providers, thankfully, who wanted to place their faith in me. And we, though a small but a growing team, have completed 2 weddings in 8 months and numerous shoots for saris and jewelry brands. So when you really convince a client to go, with a startup, especially when it comes to weddings, the first thing they ask is, why you? Why would we want to go with a girl who's just entering, that too somebody so young? Why not me? After all, I am going to offer the same services. I do have fresh ideas, so try me. So my first event wasn't a wedding, but it was actually an Aishomam, or the first birthday. So they had a traditional birthday function naming ceremony. not naming, sorry, a birthday function and a party as well. And the whole theme was peacock. So I was clueless. Thankfully, my art director helped me out here. So now I have more ideas about how to go about with what. So the very thought of this function's success in my hands was crazy. I was jittery, but still. And the client, she was equally cautious. Obviously, you can't blame her. You're giving it to somebody you hardly know, especially somebody you've never heard of. I don't think I've ever worked so hard in my life that I've put so much effort for that to make it a grand success. And also on my website, I don't know if I was being vain, but before my team even set up, I put return gifts as a service that I offer. And I didn't really think of the consequences. So since this lady is an NRI, she comes with little jute bags from her place that she'd customized, and also little origami boxes for all the return favors. So there I was, at home, sitting at home on my dining table, spread everything on my table, and I was literally begging my in-laws, right from my grandmother-in-law, to put all the sweets in the jute bags, all the chocolates in the origami boxes, so that I could give it to them the next morning for the function to be a success. But in the end, yes, when you see a smile on your client's face, you really feel gratified. The 2 weddings that I've done so far, but they were a grand success, I would say, because right from the sari shopping to the decoration to everything we took care of. The first one was just a simple Brahmin wedding, no surprises expected there. But the second one is something that I'll cherish forever. It was a secret wedding. As in, yes, you've heard of Thiruttu Kalyanams on, in Collywood and everything. Yes, I really witnessed that. Obviously, so the boy and the girl, they were running away from their parents and getting married. But with, their friends and everything, so they wanted to host the party and, have it in a small mandapam, not so lavish. So without the parents' knowledge, I mean, it's so difficult because sometimes you will need to consult the elders for, some kind of supposing the puja. So from organizing the pandit to, the e-invites to everything, oh my God, in 2 weeks, it was crazy. And it was the craziest budget wedding that I've ever done, and I hopefully will get more of those. So I would say the specialty of with our weddings is personalized, customized, and affordable wedding services. We all dream of, the perfect wedding, but with this day and age, things being so expensive, we do want to restrict ourselves, right? So it's not just I offer budget weddings. I can do even a lavish ones, but I'd really like to help brides, who really want to do it, but really can't do so much. And like I mentioned, I've done a lot of photo shoots, and right from Kumaran Silks to Carrot Lane, I have style for them. I'm waiting for those pictures, and which I'm sure I will never ever get in my life. But yeah, throughout this journey, I've realized one important thing, and that's kind of become my motto in life, is stop wishing and start doing. And with this, I'd like to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for giving me this opportunity to stand on this dais and share this story. And I also wish Women's Spire all the very best to help even more women, their role in the society to improve. And I'd like to help at any point of time.